This is a short story of something that happened to me recently. This happened a week before the 4th of July. So basically, I am writing this because I am not sure what to do at the moment. Everyone saw season 4 of Stranger Things and how the clock goes off before Vecna attacks people. Well, this all happened yesterday during my shift at work at exactly 8:15 p.m. I was in the bathroom because I had to wash something for the store. As I was washing the item, I heard the same clock sound from Stranger Things go off. Instantly, I looked around the whole bathroom to see what made that sound. But there was nothing. I am not even kidding when I say this, but 10 seconds later, the bathroom light started to flicker. Now this was enough to push it over the edge, and I ran out the bathroom, confused and kinda scared. At this point, I went to the front and asked if they played a prank on me. On my way to the front, I realized that only my boss was working because we were understaffed today. This meant that it was impossible for her to play a prank on me. Now, I am pretty sure in the show, they mentioned that if you hear the clock, you only have 24 hours left to live. So I am writing this because the 24 hours are up. The next day, after that experience, I was at my friend's house in the basement working out when 8:15 p.m. hit. This was exactly when the basement door slammed closed and the light started to flicker. My friend called his parents to see if they slammed the door, but both of them were out at dinner, meaning my friend and I were alone. Ever since those experiences, that was it. Nothing else happened. I am not sure what else to do, or if I am even safe, but I guess I will keep updating you guys if anything else happens. This story took place 3 years ago, on the 4th of July. This was around the time when Stranger Things Season 3 came out. As always, I was binge watching the entire show, because outside it happened to be raining. In fact, it was thundering pretty hard, and it was impossible to celebrate the 4th of July. The fireworks show for our town got cancelled, which helps put into perspective how bad it was raining. I was just about to finish the 6th episode of the show when a loud lightning strike hit my house. Now, the chances of this are extremely low, but somehow it happened. This truly scared me, as my house did not have a backup generator, so I was stuck without power. To make things worse, my parents were out of town for the night. My main concern was figuring out the damage that occurred to the house, so I put my phone flashlight on and walked outside in the pouring rain to check on the house. It was really hard to tell, but I did see a small portion of the roof slightly damaged. This annoyed me, but there was nothing I could do, so I decided to walk back inside the house and try to see if I could fix the power. As I was attempting to reset the power, I slowly heard the front door to my house creak open. As soon as I heard the sound, I knew it was the front door because of its distinct scary old door sound. I was confused and scared at the same time. My parents were not supposed to be home, so I knew that it must have been someone else, someone I did not know. I made my way up the stairs and towards my room. Once inside, I locked the door and took out my bat from the back of my closet. I was prepared. In that exact moment, I heard footsteps starting to walk up the stairs. The person that entered my house clearly knew I ran upstairs. I was scared and did not know what to do. I ended up calling the police and hid in my closet. This startled me. Then I heard the man's voice. "Let me in the room. I know you're in there." This scared the shit out of me as I screamed at the guy, threatening him with my bat and calling the police. To my surprise, this did not work. He somehow managed to pound on the door and actually breaking the lock, resulting in the room door opening. This was when my fight or flight response kicked in, and I ran out the closet and swung my bat at the man. The metal bat connected with the man's leg, resulting in him falling on the floor in pain. This gave me enough time to run out the door and outside my house. Once outside, I looked back towards my house. A huge flash of lightning struck, illuminating the house bedrooms. The horrific face of the man, standing in the window staring at me, appeared. I ran down the street to my friend's house, and I made sure not to return home till the cops arrived. But as always, the man fled. I ended up forgetting to lock the door when I checked on the roof damage. The cops advised me to make sure to lock all of my doors and to be on the lookout that night. Till this day, nothing else happened, but I am very grateful I had the bat with me, because I was surely getting robbed otherwise. It was the 4th of July. I was outside with one of my best friends, getting ready to watch the yearly fireworks show in my town. This year it happened to be very hot outside, so I knew it would be crowded at the high school, where the show was happening. On our way to the show, we stopped by a 7-Eleven because we wanted to buy some snacks. As I was paying for my chips, there was a man that was staring at me from the back of the store. Obviously, I did not really care, as I was having a good time with my friend. After paying, we left the store and walked to the high school. Once we reached the high school, we sat on a patch of grass and watched the show. As the fireworks were going off, I happened to look behind me for some reason. Standing in the crowd of people was the same guy from the 7-Eleven that we were at earlier. I did not think much of it because he was probably here to watch the fireworks show. Anyways, once the show was over, we started on our way home. For some reason, we decided to take the long way home, through a tunnel on the opposite part of town. Before we could even reach the tunnel, one of my friends whispered to me, "I think we're being followed." This caught me by surprise, and I quickly glanced behind me. There was the same guy. I told my friend that we should speed up a little bit, because I had a bad feeling that the guy might be holding a knife. As we walked, I told my friend that he was the same guy from the 7-Eleven, and I also saw him staring at us during the fireworks show. My friend started to panic, as I was telling her everything. I should probably mention that this happened a couple of years ago. I am a 5'4" skinny guy, so there was not much I could have done. Finally, our last resort was running when we reached the tunnel, and that is exactly what we did. As we were approaching the tunnel, I turned to my friend and told her the plan. We should run through the tunnel and abruptly turn towards the train tracks. I knew if we managed to get to the train tracks, we would be okay, since it is considered trespassing, so the man would probably stop following us. So as soon as we reached the end of the tunnel, we ran on the tracks. After some time, we heard the man's footsteps come out of the tunnel. He easily saw us on the tracks, but to our surprise, he did not follow us up. He just kinda stood there, smiling and waving at us. This was a very disturbing and creepy scene. We both started walking towards my house. We were both quiet for the rest of the walk, as we were both scared. As we got to my house, we walked off the tracks and quickly got inside. We decided to not tell anybody about this experience, and to just keep it to ourselves. One thing that scares me to this day is the fact that as I looked outside my window that same night, I thought I saw the same person standing in some bushes staring at me. He was standing in front of my house. I happened to look away and look back, and he was gone. Although I am still not sure what the guy's intentions were, I am just happy that we are both safe.